For those of you who haven't watched my original Kamen Rider review, it was pretty old and didn't have any stock footage, so I'll try and keep up to speed. In 1971, the Skullman manga made by Satoru Shinomori was made into Kamen Rider because it was way too violent and it wanted to be more kid-friendly. It made, say, an action TV show with superhuman bugs. But to me, I think it's really kick butt, and I think it deserves all the respect it has. For those of you who are wondering what Super Sentai is, it's basically a Japanese version of Power Rangers, and let me tell you before you guys go crazy, this is older than the original Kamen Rider. In fact, it's older than the original Power Rangers. In fact, it came out before Power Rangers was even born. It started in 1975, 4 years after the original Kamen Rider, making this almost as old as Kamen Rider. What the heck just happened? We lost being annoying. That means it's not over. Not all the footage I own. No, that's stupid. Not all the footage I use in the video is owned by me. It's owned by its respective owners, in this case you, Toei. Just put a little disclaimer right there. In fact, put another disclaimer so the guys will understand. Okay, I'm Easy Rare 2, and you may be wondering what I was doing that entire time while I was writing down a copyright claim notification to Toei saying that I used the fair use. Thing. I was using the fair use notification 3 times in a video and they didn't notice, so I'm waiting for them to respond back. Anyway, I hope those previous videos from earlier established that I went through earlier fought a giant monster. It was so epic. Okay, enough of that. Enough of the copyright problems, enough of the monsters and claimed reviews and stuff. Now for the actual video. So far, my only Tokusatsu related top 5 video was the top 5 Power Rangers episodes, and that was when I met the genie for the first time. The second one is right now, because the other 2 were just about screw-ups I made. But this one I'm doing right now is about the screw-ups that Super Sentai made. As soon as I make my list, I'm gonna make the list and start the list right now. Okay. Where's the paper? You start the video right here. I'm just gonna try and find the paper. Where is it? This is the first time I'm talking about Easy Rider in one of these videos, the original. And back in the past, he did a top 15, not 10, just 15, Power Rangers screw-ups list, which most people hated either than liked. And I can agree with that because most people are entitled to their opinions and sometimes hold a grudge.
That's why I couldn't find just 10 things wrong with this. I found 15. Yeah, that's a lot. So this is no longer a top 10.
Number 5. Killing off certain Sentai. Now, why did I put this on the list, much less number 5? This should be number 1 on the list, right? Well, it should be, but I decided to put it lower on the list because of most of these reasons. The deaths of most of these Sentai are never talked about again. Even though they're famous, they're never talked about and never mentioned again. like the death of Key Ranger from Go Ranger, or the most famous one, the death of Burai, the Green Dragon Ranger. Yes, the Green Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, if you want to call it that. I like calling him the Dragon Ranger. In his death, his final moments, he gives his powers to the Red Ranger, including his shield, and it's really, really upsetting. Most like all the other Super Sentai deaths that I can't talk about, or else this video will get claimed again, just like the last one. So I'll try and keep this short. The deaths are never talked about again, never mentioned again, and they're so depressing. And they're even more depressing because of the fact that they're never mentioned again. Number 4. Not stopping the Super Sentai series at Gokaiger. Now, most people will complain about this. Okay, a lot of people will complain about this. I actually was enjoying Power Rangers up until Super Megaforce. The same was with Gokaiger, the Japanese version of it. It ended the series so well, or at least I thought it did. It didn't need any more adaptations into Power Rangers, in my opinion, and when we got that, I basically lost all interest in Neo Saban Power Rangers and Neo whatever Super Sentai altogether, which is why I don't watch any of the newer Super Sentai shows like Go Busters or whatever in the world this ninja stuff is. We did ninjas twice before. I think we've gotten over it by now. Anyway, this Super Sentai 199 Great Hero Battle. Anyway, this battle involves all the Rangers getting together for one big fight, and I'm showing you the version from Goseiger, not Gokaiger, because it shows more detail about the battle and how every single Ranger lost their powers to the Zenyak. And that's pretty much all I have to say. What I'm trying to say is, I liked it from Go Ranger to Gokaiger, and it should have stopped at Gokaiger, but now it isn't, so I kinda have to deal with this crap for a while. Number 3. The Prototype 6th Rangers. Yes, there were supposed to be Rangers before and after the Green Ranger that even I didn't know about. For instance, these two right here could have been used for Bioman or Dynaman. One could have been used for 5-Man and one for Bokenger. Two of these could be used for Gal Ranger or Wild Force, one for SPD or Deca Ranger, and another one for 5-Man or Live Man, it seems. There's barely any footage, any real footage ever used of these characters. The only footage I could find was of 2, and I mean only 2 rare Rangers. X1 Mask from Mask Man, and Magna Warrior from Bioman. Now, I've looked these two up, but I didn't look that much up about them. All I know is that they're super OP, if anyone knows what that means. In my definition, it means super powerful. But anyway, X1 Mask's abilities, he doesn't need a Henshin belt. He can just yell Henshin or Chi power, and he'll transform. He has many other abilities as well, such as electricity shock and poison gas that knocks all the opponents out at once. I am not kidding. Magna Warrior was just mind controlled by the enemies to become a 6th evil ranger. Yeah, sound familiar? But now, we actually get the satisfaction of releasing 1 or at least 2 rare 6th rangers that could have been used. Why aren't they used? Well, here's the reason. The reasons why these were called prototypes were because these were the only ones that were used, and they were never used again after that. Like, most of these Rangers never made it into the legendary war I talked about previously, because they previously lost their powers. Number 2. Little to no English dubs. Now, there are, very little to no English dubs for Super Sentai. And when they did have the English dubs, well...
I'll get all of you! Star 1! Star 2! Star 3!
Star 4!
Star 5! We are the Star Rangers! Get it! You know what to do! Let's go! Come on, let's go!
Fire the Rangers fall!
I got it!
It's time now for Dynaman. 5 good-looking Japanese friends from all walks of life. Wushi, their leader, is Dyna Red. Juba, able to leap tall trees, is Dyna Black. Frankie, the human outboard motor, is Dyna Blue. Cowboy, the slow-thinking weapons expert, is Dyna Yellow. And their main squeeze slow gin is Dyna Pink. Under the guidance of this man, Dr. Ho, who, from his laboratory and daycare center, keeps the world safe from the evil antics of Barney Tanaka and Mel Fujitsu. At one time his partners, but now his arch enemies. Who can stop them? Who can save the world? Ho, that's who. And check this out. The ultimate persuader in the relentless battle against evil. These are the adventures of Dynaman.
Number 1. Little to no battle lasers. Yeah, battle lasers or in Power Rangers.
Are you ready for round 2, Vaxsacker? Make my day! Andrew!
Now, for those of you who don't know, battle lasers are only a Power Rangers exclusive type power-up, and is only occasionally used in Super Sentai. And even then, in Super Sentai, they didn't call them battle lasers, they just called them power-ups. And only in SPD did they actually try to call it the battle laser. But that's a different story. Anyway...
I will not fail! Battleizer mode, engage! Power up!
Super Sentai doesn't have these battleizers and only occasionally has them. And when Power Rangers uses them, it's really, really awesome, combining vehicles and weapons that you would usually see in the Super Sentai and amping up their powers even more. I call them the Type 2 power-ups. Man, it's cool.
Yes! Because I have this!
Oh, Mac! That's robot technology! You can't...
Red Sentinel Ranger! Activate! Ha! I'm ready if you are.
I've been ready for centuries.
Bring it! Ha!
This is my #1 Super Sentai screw-up. And I wish it wasn't. It's amazing how many mistakes Super Sentai and Power Rangers have made. And since Easy Rider originally did a video of Power Rangers, it made perfect sense to do this one on Super Sentai screw-ups, so...
Kind of scary when you think about it. Anyway, I got a lot of emails and comments asking me when I'm going to do something Power Rangers related. And well, there are good Power Rangers shows. Some are hit and miss, some are good, some are just god-awful. As they went on, they made some dumb decisions, whether it involved a character, a storyline, or a whole movie. That's why I couldn't find just 10 things wrong with this. I found 15. Yeah, that's a lot. So this is no longer a top 10.